Welcome to the NFC East Unleashed podcast, where your team doesn't have to be in the NFC East, but it sure does help. And we have breaking news. I rushed home to get this done. An hour ago, excuse me, the Cowboys are hiring Brian Schottenheimer as their new head coach. Jerry Jones told the Adam Schefter today, the previous offensive coordinator, who has not gotten, did not play calling duties last season, has been promoted. It's his first head coaching job. His inductory press conference Monday, January 12th. And they've added already. They've already added. They're hiring Matt Eberflus as the defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. And this is when did I even interview him?
I don't even know.
This is insane. Bro, I need your thoughts immediately. What do you think about Schottenheimer and Eberflus?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know a lot about Schottenheimer. I mean, your offense was okay last year, but my goodness, man, from talking to Deion Sanders
Dude,
to hiring your
I
offense,
knew it was gonna be something where he just went for attention.
exactly. And I told you that on our podcast.
Yeah.
Like that's just crazy. Going from Deion Sanders, you know what? We'll talk to Deion, and just like you know what? I can't do a lot more. I'll just hire an offensive coordinator, and then go and hire one of the worst head coaches.
Well, head coaches, we're gonna see what happens defense because I want to look.
But I'm saying it's not. There's not a lot of good receipts with Matt Eberflus. That's what I'm
I know,
saying. I'm not saying you can. I'm not saying he's a bad defensive coordinator because we don't know yet. But his receipts aren't that good as a coach.
I know. Let's let's look at the Bears defense ranking. Bears, wait, they were 27th, and well, their defense was a little bit crap. Now he's gonna work with people like Michael Parsons. Their passing defense was 217. They have. Let's look at their rush defense. That's really important. Oh, they're 28th. They're just in front of us. Oh. Well,
There's sure a lot to talk about today for you.
this is gonna be an interesting couple weeks. We got a lot of head coaching news that happens.
In like the last 24 hours, to be
Yeah.
honest.
I guess I'll just go to what just happened. I mean, I'm gonna talk about Schottenheimer and Eberflus and all the
And
other
then we
guys
can
we
just
are in an
go on
in-depth
from.
podcast by my own. But I'll talk about them a little bit here. But I mean, the other big news is Robert Saleh is going back to where he started.
Yup, hires a defense coordinator.
Oh, he agreed to a 4-year deal with the Cowboys. He's gonna get fired. Well, we'll see how it goes. I don't know a lot about him, and hopefully he can be good. But yeah, they hired Saleh as the defensive coordinator. I was hoping we would get Saleh as maybe a defensive coordinator, maybe a head coach, but obviously that didn't happen. And it was kind of like the Niners were waiting for us to announce something, and then they announced. So keep up the glaze, Niners. What do you think about this one, Amir?
Um, Again, it's a hometown hire, kind of like Aaron Glenn. The 49ers do like Robert Saleh a lot, which is why I think they brought him back, if I'm not mistaken. And honestly, I mean, I can't really tell a lot about defense coordinator. I mean, this guy has head coach background, so he definitely
Oh,
knows some stuff. But I like the hire a lot. I think it'd be a
I
good
didn't even
fit.
realize this. Eberflus was an assistant for us from 11 to 17. So he's basically going back
Yeah, pretty
because he
much.
would have been like he probably went somewhere else and then went to the Bears in what 2021 when they drafted Fields, something like that.
But yeah,
Um,
I like the pick.
I like Robert Saleh too. I mean, of course, it's the
I
Niners.
mean, not the pick. I like the hire, not the pick. I like,
Boy,
dude. I'm getting ready for draft night, bro.
yeah, we got we got some more news, more Cowboys stuff. Um,
Hit me or hit us.
this one hurts. But Al Harris
Oh,
has
I know who that
gone to the
is.
Chicago Bears. Whoa, my Madden just spurred it up. Yeah, Matt Eberflus, or not Matt Eberflus. Al Harris, the Cowboys' previous defensive game passing coach, was he signed a deal with the Bears. He's going to go join Ben Johnson, and that one hurts because I think he should have been in the race for head coach. Um, See, like even this statement is stupid. Brian Schottenheimer is known as a career assistant. Jones said he ain't Brian no more. He is now known as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. What? That sounds so corny.
Bro, okay, you know that one Cowboys fan that we talked about like a few episodes ago
Does that mean?
that we know? No, that we know at our school.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's dying right now.
No, he said, yeah, we're
Oh wait,
fucked.
hold on. All right, wait. Can you talk about Jaguars?
Yes. So Jaguars, it's a lot. It's actually a lot to comprehend. Wait, give me a second.
Hello?
Yeah, so basically it's a lot of drama with
Oh yeah,
I'm
this
trying
one
to
is.
find I'm trying to find the tweet. That's why it's not like easy. So basically, oh yeah, we also have to talk about coaching firing, offensive
Oh yeah,
coordinator firing.
yeah. We'll get to that. I
Oh,
remember the cycle,
so
or do you have
here's
it?
what happened with Liam Cohen.
Oh, this one was crazy.
So basically, he was the Jaguars' top priority at first. He was always the Jags' top priority. He was set to interview them on Wednesday. He was set to interview on Wednesday a few days ago, but then he withdrew his name. Then the Bucks offered him an extension the same day to become one of the highest paid coordinators in the league. The Jags bugged out and fired Trent Malloch or Malaki. I don't know how to say his name. And then they reached out back to Cohen asking if he would reconsider. Because this is the key. Cohen never signed his Bucks contract yet, although he accepted the contract. So he could have still made something happen with other teams. And then he flew back to Jacksonville, and then they finalized the deal. And now the Jaguars have one of the most promising head coaches in the league.
Yeah.
And
I,
and this was all reported like yesterday, like at like 11 p.m.,
mhm.
which is crazy. But yeah, to say my thoughts about this um pickup or god damn it, this this hiring, I love it so much for Jacksonville. Hopefully, it's the Trevor Lawrence breakout. I mean, what, sixth overall pick? You can do a lot with that pick. You can really set up with your future. But yeah, Liam Cohen, I think he's like only 46, so he's very, very young. I think he's even younger than 46. I might be wrong. Um, but yeah, Brian Thomas Jr. to the freaking moon. But I love this pick. He's a guy that really worked out with Baker very well the last few years, and I think
Yeah.
he could potentially do that with Trevor Lawrence and Brian Thomas Jr., which he
Yeah.
will love. Oh, and also one more thing. Brian Thomas Jr. might be the next Mike Evans. He might get like 1,000 yards this year.
Maybe.
But yeah, I love this hire.
Yeah, and we got another hire. This one, I wasn't too surprised on it because I think he might. I thought he would go back into coaching, but like I didn't know where. I had him originally coming to us, but this almost said Seattle. Jeez, the Las Vegas Raiders have went ahead and hired the man, the myth. You can't win it in the first, can't win in the second, can't win in the third, but you can damn well win it in the fourth. Head coach Pete Carroll, the oldest head coach in the league at 76 or 73 now.
He's 73, turning 74 in September.
Yeah, okay. So 73 years old. He's the oldest head coach. He's going to go to the Raiders now, and that division's pretty stacked, actually,
That
for head
division has
coaches.
like a
You got Andy Reid, Sean Payton, Jim Harbaugh, and now Pete Carroll, and they've all won at least a championship, whether it be college or NFL.
Wait, what?
Sorry, Harbaugh. But I like this hire. I love Pete Carroll, man. He's so funny. He's
I
one of the
know
coaches
he's.
that you can just have
Oh,
lighthearted
he's
moment.
so. Yeah, you can like him. Like
Oh,
even
we
if it's
didn't
your.
get Brian Flores. Not that. I hope we draft an offensive. I hope we sign an offensive coordinator. I don't think this guy's gonna do play calling. There's no way. I get he had an offensive coordinator background, but I don't know. Sorry, I'm still yapping about the Cowboys. This is insane. Okay, would you like to go on with who got fired today?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So a shockingly fire.
This thing is I didn't. He was good too.
In a shockingly fire out of nowhere, the Texans just decided to. You know what? We're gonna fire Bobby Slowick. And
Seriously.
this, honestly, it's kind of looking toward. I'm not gonna call this, but this is looking like it can be kind of like a Saints pick. Where the Saints actually get kind of like a decent head coach. And I know he got fired. We don't know.
My 100% pick for the Saints is Mike McCarthy. Still, I still think he'll
Yeah,
go
I
there.
think either that, and I'm hoping not. But I do think because the Saints have an interview requested with Cliff Kingsbury,
I don't
I'm
think Cliff will
hoping.
go there.
I hope he doesn't. I don't think he
I
will.
don't think he will. I think
I
maybe
think
next year they
Washington
can
will.
look into something, but I don't think Cliff or Joe Witt Jr. will go anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think Joe's gonna go either. Bro, Joe Witt Jr. started like a freaking riot against Commanders and Eagles fans. Because wait, did you see what he said?
No.
He said we're gonna hit Jalen Hurts if he runs like a running back.
Oh yeah.
And Eagles fans are calling us dirty.
Yeah. Eagles fans are hypocrites.
But yeah,
I mean,
Bobby
this has been
Slowick
annoying.
unexpectedly got fired. Now there's another very, very good on. There's a very respected coach who really had a decent year. I mean, there was a lot of injuries on the Texans' offense, but I don't think he's a bad coach. I mean, he was getting offers a lot. He was getting interviews last year a lot, and then kind of like Ben Johnson. Then he just stayed with the Texans. But then the Texans are like, you know what? We're just gonna fire you. We're gonna look elsewhere.
I'm kind of okay. I know I was hating on the picks earlier, but I'm interested to see as what Matt Eberflus does as a defensive coordinator. Because I mean, you think about it, those 2 to 3 years until this year, the Bears' defense was pretty good. Like I think they were top at least 15, which is an insane improvement from this year. We were bottom of the pack, and thank God it's not Mike Zimmer. Oh my God! But I mean, just I'm I don't think like it will like I'm trying to think like what's the word like I don't think it'll last, but I don't hate it now as much as I hated. Like I think Schottenheimer, if he can build the right staff and potentially get someone with a great mentality for the locker room, which is what we need, this team can go somewhere. I'm
Yo,
not saying they will, but
can
I
I?
mean,
I'm about to send you something on X.
yeah.
Just look at it. This is exactly what you're trying to do right now.
Oh, you're sending me a cycle.
No. You'll see. Trust me.
Copium?
Nope.
Oh,
You'll
no.
see, but just shut up. Oh my God.
Anyways, but
yeah, just continue. It's glitching. I'll send
yeah,
it
a
to you.
bunch of coaching changes. I mean, some for the better, some for the worse. What?
Um,
What? Okay. Do you want to? So we have most of our head coaches now. Should we go and grade them?
yeah, I want to grade them.
And like we can talk about defensive coordinators, offensive coordinators
And
too.
if the Saints do hire someone, which they should, I feel like by like
They
tomorrow or
should.
something.
I know. Well, they said they're talking to Mike McCarthy next week. They're talking to Joe Brady next week.
Yeah,
They're talking to
look,
somebody else.
wait, now you
I
said
wanted Joe Brady. That's who I wanted. That dude's an offensive mastermind.
is he actually?
Joe Brady for the freaking Bills?
Oh
Heck yeah!
wait, yeah, he's amazing.
If he
All
could
right,
do that
look,
with
okay.
Josh Allen, see what he can do with
You know how
Prescott.
you said that you kind of like that Eberflus, and you were like saying why. Look at what I sent you.
You trying to? Okay. Listen, I'm just trying to see a light in a dark situation. Okay, like give me some time. Okay, this is a very painful moment for me as a Cowboys fan.
How do you think I have a bro? Everyone,
I
everyone in
don't
our
care.
fan.
You stole our coordinators, you bitch. You took Dan Quinn from us. Ew, why are you laughing like that? Stop. You
Because you guys
took
are
Dan
looking
Quinn
for a
from us, and
coach
I'll
and we're
hate you.
not.
Hey, I don't care. I'm moderately.
All
God,
right, but you wanna?
you know that hell that this guy's gonna not take Ashton Genty now. Please take Ashton Genty for the love of God. Please take him or
All
Lucy
right, so
Burden.
do you wanna grade the picks?
You keep saying picks like it's a freaking.
Oh, you know what I mean, bro. I'm just used to the draft.
How is? Okay,
All right, so the first coach hiring,
I'm
I
going
think you
back.
got.
I got it. The first coach is Mike Vrabel for the
Oh, we
Patriots.
got you.
I
Yep,
love this
I love
coaching
it.
hire. It's a reunion. Vrabel played there for a little bit, and now he gets to go coach. And Vrabel, I thought, was a pretty great coach in Tennessee. He made the championship game multiple times. It was last year when they lost. Ryan Tannehill wasn't
Yep.
playing good because he's obviously old now. Um, and they had Will Levis in for the end of the season. Will Levis is making mayonnaise commercials, okay? Like, you gave Mike Vrabel the worst possible situation, and that's why the Titans are poverty. Because
Yeah,
they're the
bro.
same reason like the Jets. They put Robert Sala in a terrible position
They
this
don't
year.
have a
They
direction
gave
right now.
they gave him five. They gave Robert Sala 5 games, and they fired him in London. In London, not even a home game. They fired him in London.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Like this is why these teams are such bad, like poverty teams, like because they make stupid decisions. It's why the Cowboys are poverty, but that's not the head coach's problem. That's the GM and the owner and the devil. He's all
Yeah, I
three.
know. But
But
yeah, what would you grade this?
I'm giving this an A+. I think Mike Vrabel was really good in Tennessee, and I think he'll just continue to be good. I mean,
Yup,
like I was saying, you put a man in a bad position, you're gonna get bad results,
yep.
which is what they
Okay,
did
for
in
me,
Tennessee.
it's the first coaching hire. I love it. I love it a lot. Like you said, I think him and Drake May can be the future of the Patriots.
Yeah,
They have the seventh overall pick, so potentially even a receiver to add like a top talent to like
seventh?
also. Yeah, I think it's seventh, right?
No, they have the fourth.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, the seventh
I
is
swear it
the
was the
Jets.
seventh.
No, the seventh is the Jets. Unless they
Oh,
somehow committed a
fourth
trade that
overall
I didn't
pick.
see.
You could potentially get you can get like someone that can really help you for the future as well. Like another superstar, I think, superstar talent.
Wide
They have a lot.
receiver.
They have, yep. I'm looking at a receiver from
T Higgins.
Arizona. What happened again this time?
No, I'm just saying T Higgins will be a Patriot.
Oh,
Not yet. Free agency hasn't happened yet. Calm down. You'll be okay. You'll potentially get him.
yeah, and I was
Not
going to
the end of
say.
the world. You should see what I look like right
But
now.
yeah, they have a lot of money. They have a lot of draft picks. I think their draft picks are like 433, 62.
Yeah, you don't know. I was in Red Robin and I saw the thing pop up on my phone. I just put my head down. I put my head down. I was like, I can't do this today, man. I'm tired enough.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
I love the hire. I'll give it
and
what's it
that's not
called?
even to mention, the I forget the defensive coordinator's name, but they brought back Josh McDaniels, who
Yeah.
thrived in New England when he was the offense
I
coordinator.
think I'm gonna give
That's why he got the
both
head coaching jobs.
I think I'm gonna give both Josh McDaniels and Mike Vrabel an A, but I don't think I don't think there's any I don't think there's any existence of an A plus hire.
Yeah, I think there is, and I think it's Mike Vrabel. Unless like somehow like an A plus
On
hire would
paper,
be like
yes.
an A plus
But
hire would be like Deion Sanders to the Cowboys, which
yes,
is
but
like
I'm not gonna go ahead and say that I haven't even seen
okay,
these coaches do anything.
that's fair.
But I do think these coaches are I think this might be like the
This
best
is one of the best coaching like
cycles.
it
Yeah.
depends on the Cowboys, but besides the Cowboys right now, since we haven't seen a lot from Schottenheimer, the other five coaches are great picks.
I love these all.
And I mean, I hope Schottenheimer's good because even if he wasn't doing play calls, he still had an offensive scheme. So the offensive scheme was him and McCarthy collaborated. So technically, we did see some of
Bro,
him. What?
someone said, like, when the NFL announced it,
Uh-huh. Oh no.
someone said, why does he look like a sad Kirk Cousins with a mix of Ben Johnson?
Yeah, okay. I can see the Ben Johnson. I can see the Kirk Cousins is kind of weird. At least it's not Pete the Cheat, the only bright side here. What? Jerry Jones will be a case study one day of how to be the absolute worst owner. Yeah, okay. All right. We're getting off topic. I lost my thing now. Okay. It's here. Okay.
I
Next
have it.
one. Did you
Yep.
grade it? You gave it an A?
Which one?
The Vrabel one?
Yeah, I'm giving it an A.
Okay.
I think
Next one. Oh, do you have more to add?
no, I'm just gonna say with Josh McDaniels and Mike Vrabel, I'm gonna give those two combined an A.
Yeah, I need to start learning the coordinator's name, the defensive guy. I forget him. Next up, this is a great one, especially for development. We got Ben Johnson to the Bears. I mean, the Lions knew this was going to happen eventually. And honestly, Ben Johnson seemed like the biggest D in the whole, like, coach. Like, when he was like, this is exactly where I want to be. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Like, you just lost your
he
team
was the
playoff game,
big
but
shot name.
yeah, big shot. I think he was the biggest name. Like
It was just a matter of where he goes.
he was downsized from Aaron Glenn, but he was the biggest name.
Yeah, it was just a matter of like where he goes and stuff.
And he got put into a great spot. He's gonna have Caleb Williams. He's gonna have probably a new offensive line to work around. He's gonna have a defense that's gonna be taken care of
Well, he's got to
by
build that offensive line,
yeah, I know. And then he's got Caleb Williams. He's got Romo Dunze, who I think is a
bro.
very underrated wide receiver, and maybe even Keenan Allen if he stays. And guys
Bro,
like Kate or what's his name?
who you trying to think about?
Tight end.
Uh, who? Roma Dunze?
No, no, tight end for the Bears.
Oh, Cole Kmet.
Yeah. I said tight end, and you go Romo Dunze? Jesus.
I couldn't hear you. I thought you said what's. He reminds me of that tight end. What's his name? Jesus. I thought you said that like Roma Dunze reminds you of a tight end.
What your deal giving Schottenheimer? Oh, this is gonna be a fun 4 years. Oh, great, and that's when CeeDee Lamb's contract expires.
Oh, it's for 4 years.
Please. Okay.
Ah, 4 years.
Okay. We get it. My team's in poverty right now. Jesus. God, there was a point where you went on. I didn't even go through you. The Dallas Cowboys suck. I don't want to see this. This is not even a Cowboys related post. Why is he posting? This is so stupid.
I can't wait for the bat. I can't wait.
I can't wait for Tom Grossi's video when he goes and clowns us.
I can't even wait for like the Cowboys saying we have hired. I can't wait for that.
I can't wait for the press conference. Hell, I'll watch it Monday. What is
Yeah,
it?
it's 11.
Oh my God, I'll be in film. I can watch it. Okay. Let's okay. We didn't grade Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson gets an A. I mean, this is
He has an A.
yeah, this is
I'm
almost
a
seen.
bit salty because he called us a bunch of basketball guys, but it kind of makes me
And you
feel
were last year.
it kind of makes me feel better when we beat him by 14 points. But and his offense was not that, and he decided to let Jameson Williams when the game was on the line to throw. But anyway, that's the future. I mean, that's the past. We're looking at a
Great
game,
situation for
Ben
Johnson.
We're looking at a trip to the Super Bowl, and they're on their way to the couch. He's not on the lines anymore. But so I do believe this is a great hire because again, for the development of Caleb, just what he's gonna do. Sleeper NFL.
Yep.
Like the meme that like one guy like sitting down, he's like pointing to himself.
Yep.
It was like Roma Dunze when he realizes he has to throw 50-yard bombs three times in a game.
Romo Dunze when he has to throw 50-yard bombs.
Yeah.
Why? How does that make any sense? Romo
Like
Dunze's
like the play what they
Amir. Okay. Okay. I get what you mean now. I
Yeah,
was
no,
so confused.
no.
I thought you were mixing him and Caleb Williams up. I was like, what are you doing?
But yeah, I mean, for Caleb's development, I think it's huge. He's a very good coach. He's a guy you're gonna want to work for, and I just think he's
Yeah,
a
like
guy.
Al Harris. Sorry. That pisses me off still. I'm
Yup.
so
Oh,
mad
and
at
Al
that.
Harris as well. Honestly, I'm giving the Bears an A
Well,
plus. I mean,
do we know their coordinators? Like,
no,
I thought they got some Rams guy. They were looking at some Rams guy. And then I thought they were looking at some dude from the Lions. Right? Weren't they looking at their D-line coach?
no, that was it.
Oh, okay. Well, next one is the other coordinator, and that's Aaron Glenn.
I love. Okay, this might be my this, and I mean, I'm not gonna say my favorite, but this is one of my
Oh, I know your
favorites.
favorite's Brian Schottenheimer. It's okay.
Yeah, it is, man. It's amazing. I
I
love it.
know.
It's so good. He's gonna be like the
I
future.
can't wait to watch that press conference and laugh.
So basically, I do think Aaron Glenn. I love Aaron Glenn. Again,
I love Aaron Glenn.
he's a tough guy. He's gonna make you want to work, and not to mention giving him a very good linebacking core of like studs on the defensive line. Freaking DJ
And
Reed.
potentially more guys to work with too from the
Yeah,
draft. Well,
like
it depends
Mason
on how
Graham,
many
for
they lose.
instance. Maybe even like Mason Graham or someone. But like giving him Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed, who might go into free agency. I mean, he said it multiple times. He's leaving. It's done in New York, but he might come back. That one safety, I think. Oh my god, I forgot his name. What was that one?
Uh,
One of what was their one safety?
I don't know.
I think it was no, not Tony Clarkson. Oh, Chuck Clark. Yeah, Chuck Clark. And I just think their defense was amazing. Their defense was really good at like I think they had like number one defense like 2 years ago.
Okay, I was gonna say 2 years ago. That's when Robert Saleh was still there. Just so we
Yeah,
remember that.
but I think this guy can bring that potential back. And to be honest with you, I think this team, talent wise, it's up there in the NFL. I mean, like
Very.
guys like Brees
They just need
Hall.
to execute.
Yeah, guys like
Well,
Brees Hall.
okay, so I guess we're kind of looking. I know we were talking about draft picks. I completely forgot about Rodgers and what his situation is going to probably be. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know if he's going to stay or he's going to retire. So maybe they'll look for another quarterback. Maybe Aaron Glenn will help develop him. Do they have an offensive coordinator yet or a defensive coordinator?
they've had an offensive coordinator, I'm pretty sure.
Are they keeping him?
Wait, let me
With
actually.
coaches getting fired, they usually because I know the interim head coach went to Atlanta or something.
They don't have one yet.
Okay, so I don't have one. All right.
But yeah, I
So
mean, there's
you
Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams for crying out loud, Tyler Conklin, a very
yeah,
underrated tight end. You want to know how deep your offensive line is?
what?
When your 11th overall pick, who looked like a generational, well, a very, very good tackle, didn't even start for you.
Yeah, that's front offense dumb ball.
And then
Um,
Yeah, but and then Aaron Rodgers as well, I think he's still a decent quarterback. I mean, what the Jets went through, I don't think a 26-11 ratio is bad. But again, Aaron Rodgers stereotype, it's not that good. It's a downgrade. It's a down year. But yeah,
yeah,
I love this hire for the Jets, and it's too early for this, but I do think the Jets. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it yet. I was
yeah.
gonna
Don't
say
jinx it. They said it this year, and look what happened.
yeah, but I love
I'm
this
gonna take
hire.
probably a lot of heat for my pick on
Yeah,
or
I
my.
love this hire. A plus.
I'm gonna give it a B plus, and just because the defense, when I'm looking at the defense, and you look at a guy like Robert Saleh, who is already a defensive mastermind, but they still didn't do good. And part of it, like most of it, was on the defense. Like I get the offense was slack at times, but and Aaron Rodgers wasn't playing that good, but the defense was sold. Like they couldn't get anything done. Sauce Gardner, who was I think won Defensive Player of the Year 1 year, was absolutely garbage this year. I think he had one pick. He was
Yup.
not good. Their whole secondary was not good. Their linebacker, like their whole defense was not good. And this was under Robert Saleh. for the first 5 games,
But
and
can
then
I say something?
what?
Like, it's not like an important thing, but like, let's be honest. Sauce Gardner is a coverage corner. He's not going to get you 4 or 5 picks in. That guy's a coverage corner, and he's very good at it.
I know. Well, not really. He got a shit ton of PIs this year.
Well, PIs nonetheless, that happens. But like, think
That's
about like,
okay, but that shouldn't happen if you're a good corner or like a good coverage corner.
bro, you want to know what a stat I just came upon?
Oh.
With Liam Cohen leaving the Bucks, Baker Mayfield will now be playing for his 8th different offensive coordinator during his 8 years in the NFL.
He's had one for all 8 years. Wow. And with the Browns, it was probably because they just were bad.
No, the Browns are just bad, bro.
I know. So the Browns probably just are fire their offensive coordinators. The Bucks are actually getting theirs taken.
Yup.
So I'm grading it a B. You're grading it an A.
Plus,
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna give it a B plus. I think
you
that's
you
what
were
I
get
just.
you were
I
you
think I
gave it
gave
a
it a
B
B
plus to
plus.
begin with.
Okay. So yeah, B plus. Next one is what we just talked about. It's Liam Cohen with the Jaguars. This, I mean, I was watching this unfold. This was a crazy scenario.
This
Like the
was just
dude
an
ghosted the
unreal
Buccaneers.
storyline.
The dude ghosted the Ghost Pirates.
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
My bad. I lied. I said 46. That guy's 7 years younger than that. This guy's 39.
who?
Liam Cohen.
Yeah, isn't he the youngest head coach now, or is it Ben Johnson? It's one of the
I
two.
think I think it's Ben Johnson because I remember last year was like 37.
Okay, but you just said Liam
Yeah,
Cohen's
yeah,
30.
30. Ben Johnson's 38. The other one's 39. Yup.
Oh, okay. So I mean, I like Liam Cohen, and like what you were saying earlier when we were covering his thing. He did that shit. He made Baker Mayfield one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and I would not be surprised if he did that with Trevor Lawrence. Like Trevor Lawrence, I think is a very good quarterback sometimes,
He
and
just
if he
needs that
has the
breakout
right
season.
tools and the right coaching, he can be great. Like
Bro,
he was exceptional at Clemson, and I get
I
it's
don't think
college,
some of you
but
guys, I don't think some people realize their offense, it's talented. You have an
yeah,
emerging
you
star.
have Brian Thomas Jr. They maybe need to look at running back because I
Yeah.
don't know how long
They
Travis
have an
Etienne's gonna
emerging
last.
star in Brian Thomas.
They got Christian Kirk who played good until he went out.
Tank Bigsby, kind of like in the
Yeah,
same
Tank Bigsby was doing good too.
kind of like in the same Berlin Allen kind of conversation, like very, very future back, but already has shown a lot of potential.
Hmm.
Travis Etienne, which I think could be traded, but again, he's still a very good piece. Evan Ingram, who's been turning into like one of the best tight ends in the league. And the offensive line, it's questionable, but like it's been good at some times.
Yeah, and I mean I think that I like Liam Cohen's. I'm giving this an A minus just because of the Jaguars. Um,
Yeah.
just their history. But I mean, he did amazing things with Baker, and I think he'll continue to do amazing things with Trevor Lawrence. So I like that.
I'm giving this an A plus solely because
I
Brian
thought
Thomas Jr.
so no A pluses. Okay.
I'm giving the ones that I really love and I'm like really looking forward to A pluses. And this is why I'm gonna give an A plus because Brian Thomas, you are my first round pick for next year's NFL fantasy draft. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Um, we'll head on to the West and we'll handle Pete Carroll. This is an A. I don't know what should be.
An
Like, I
A.
get where some people could dock points because of just the Raiders' overall roster, and they're looking for a quarterback who I think they should really get Sam Darnold.
Looking for a receiver or
Looking for
two.
a number one receiver who they probably could get. Looking
I
for
think
a
20%,
compatible
bro.
running back. Looking for offensive linemen.
A
Looking
lot of them
for
actually, like a whole new offensive line.
maybe even defensive linemen if they want to go Abdul Carter. But
Max Crosby's there.
yeah, Max Crosby. I don't think he'll leave now, but
Bro,
I'm
Max
giving this an
Crosby.
A because when I know the Raiders last year, they talked about why they kept Antonio Pierce, and it's because of his leadership and his
Yeah.
overall mentality in the locker room, which was really why some of the people liked it. So And I think Pete Carroll brings that exact same mentality and that same kind of image as, a coach who, hypes up the locker room. You just look at the you can't win it until the fourth quarter clip. Like
Yeah,
that is like and that's what the Cowboys had originally with Jimmy Johnson, but we all know how that went. Um,
yeah.
but I like Pete Carroll. I think he can do amazing things, especially if he gets the right tools. I hope he's not a one and done coach.
I
I
hope not,
think
man.
I
I
think
can't
the
I can't.
Raiders, if there's one and done coach here, it's the one we're gonna talk about next.
Yeah, I
But
can't wait. I just can't like. I hope it's not a one and done. But yeah, I'll let you finish. And I'll say my complete thoughts.
do you want me to finish Pete Carroll?
Yeah, because I don't think
Okay.
you'd like finish your thoughts,
Yeah,
have
I
you?
mean an A for Pete Carroll. Not really. Yeah, I'll give an A of Pete Carroll. He's just so likable and I love him.
Well, that's pretty easy. Yeah, for me, same reason. I love the guy. I mean, this guy, you can't win the game in the first, second, third, but can you win in the fourth? You goddamn yes, you can. Or you god darn it, yes, you can. Um, but yeah, I mean, this guy, 73 years old. This guy is not gonna make you seem, oh, he's 73 years old. This guy's gonna make you look like a. This guy's gonna make you think he acts like he's a 39-year-old head coach.
Seriously.
This I love this guy. He's like one of my favorite coaches in the league, um, all time, honestly. And I think this guy, the Raiders, they're in a tough division, especially with how good the Broncos and Chargers futures are looking, and the Chiefs for various reasons.
I'm fully convinced he only left Seattle just because of Geno Smith.
And then
That's
yeah,
my
I think,
conspiracy theory.
I think the Raiders with the sixth overall pick, it's gonna be fun. I'm really excited to see who they pick.
Oh, wait, we didn't even talk about offensive people. Hell, they
Like,
got Brock Bowers.
oh yeah, we're so retarded, bro.
They got Brock Bowers. This is gonna be an easy. This should be light work for Pete Carroll if he gets the right tools.
Hey, I
A,
hey.
and then we come to this.
Oh, this is an easy A for me.
An A
You
in the
know,
terms
A
of we're gonna
plus
shut you
plus.
guys out 0-6.
This
We're
is
gonna
an
talk
A
about the Cowboys
plus
hiring Brian
plus.
Schottenheimer. I'm gonna go talk to my dad about this actually. I want to know what he thinks about him, Matt Eberflus. But
This is an A
Matt Eber,
plus.
like I was like okay, like I was thinking today. I was like okay, there's a chance we hire Schottenheimer just because I know Jerry, but Eberflus pulled me out of the ground. I was like wow. Yeah, I hope they get a. I hope good stuff happens, but. We're going to talk about Brian Schottenheimer here, the 10th head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. He's 51 years old. Brought in. Oh, no. Hold on. Amir sending me crap. All right, bro. Can you not? Let me try to reason my team before I crash out on them, okay?
He's trying to gasp it up. That's so funny.
Yeah, it was funny when the Commanders went 4-13 and then
And
after.
it's funny that your team's in shambles right now and mine's not.
Just wait till.
Just
Anyways,
what'd you say?
didn't say anything.
Yeah, good boy.
Yeah, he's calling me good boy on my show. Oh hell no! Anyways, but yeah,
What's
why are we
wrong with us,
like
bro?
this? I don't know. Okay, all right, I'm gonna ask for your non-biased thoughts on Schottenheimer. I get there's not a lot to work with, but
I
just
mean,
Schottenheimer and Eberflus and what you think they could do. Non-biased.
non-biased. I think there's a world where Eberflus can thrive as a defensive coordinator. I really do.
Yeah, and especially because he's gonna have Parsons and all these
I mean, yeah,
guys,
exactly. He
Diggs
has the
and
tools.
Bland.
He's gonna have a rising star in Overshawn, a very good defensive
Well, if
line,
Overshown comes back, I pray he does.
a very good defensive line, or one to work around.
Yeah, I think they can get people.
One to work around. You also, not to mention of Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, Deron Bland, which my defensive coordinator made into a star. And then honestly, I think the only thing you could like really be looking at is maybe like safety or two.
Yeah, we need safety, and we need for defense. We need safety. We need D tackle.
Maybe, but other than that, he has the tools to make this defense very good.
Yeah,
Now, if this defense is like, let's say, like bottom 15, then there's a world where he might also be a one and done. But
I wouldn't be
I do
surprised. Mike
think
Zimmer was the one done.
I do. Yeah, like last year, this year the Dallas Cowboys off, and then yeah. So I think Matt Eberflus, like you said, his history is not that good,
Yeah,
but
but that's as a head coach. It
with
changes
but
when you're a
what he's
coordinator.
what he will be working with in Dallas, he could be a very good defensive coordinator. Now
Yeah.
moving on to Brian, I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name.
Schottenheimer.
Yeah, what you said. Um, I think I mean his offense last year was middle in the pack. Again, I think he can be a decent head coach. Now again, that's offense. This is
Yeah.
not.
I think they need to bring in an offensive coordinator
He
still.
was he was controlling what like
Because if they
11
can get,
guys.
yeah, if they
Now
can
he has
get,
to control 53.
yeah,
I
so
do think he has a chance, but okay, for crying out loud, man.
if
Like
I can get,
I'll give Brian a a very high C plus.
I'll give it a B minus. Just again, it's just these head coaches, like these people. This is the only head coach you haven't seen anything out of. Like when you're looking at it, like it could totally be a thing where it was his play things, but it was Mike McCarthy calling the plays. So he could change it up differently. He could come up with a whole new scheme. I think he could get an offensive coordinator because if they get a guy like Luther Burden or McMillan, they can be good. If they can get
Yep.
explosive guys, maybe even Ashton Genty too, they can work on something there. But I give it a B minus, and then
And
obviously
then I'll give Matt Eberflus a B minus.
I'll give it a B just because I want to see where it goes. But B minus. I'm leaning towards a B, just because I liked Matt Eberflus for the first year he was in Chicago. Second year, I was kind of like, okay, maybe he's on. Third year, I was like, yeah, give up on it. But he's not going to be controlling timeouts in Dallas, so it's okay.
Yep.
And then obviously the Saints haven't hired anyone. Your prediction for the Saints head coach? Who do you think it's going to be?
I think they listen to their one of their longest tenured players in Alvin Kamara, and I think it's Darren Rizzi.
Wow, really? You think it's Rizzy?
Yeah, I think it's Darren Rizzi.
Wow, that's insane. I think just because I have so much respect for him, and it's not biased, but he did do good things for us. I have it as Mike McCarthy, but
If it's Mike McCarthy, I'm giving it a straight B. I think Mike McCarthy's good. He's consistent.
he
He's
is. And
consistent.
like if you're talking about, the Saints, they're probably gonna get receivers like in the
He's Mike
draft.
McCarthy. He's consistently good. Being consistently bad is one thing, but he's consistently good. I mean, like you said, 12-5 seasons consistently. That's consistent. That's what 15 losses and what, like that's five. I mean, I don't mind. That's kind of obvious. You went 12-5 for 3 straight years. That's what 15 losses in like 3 years. I take that all day,
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah.
And then, like, yeah, obviously there's some playoff runs. It wasn't been the best. But you guys have been picking, like, what, after pick 23, 24, like, what, for the last, like, 3, 4 years now?
Yeah. We've gotten at least one good player out of it for right now, and that's Tyler Smith. But
Isn't like, who'd you guys pick last year? Oh, isn't that one guy
uh
good?
Guyton
Yeah.
was okay this year. He wasn't that good, but he was injured.
Uh,
And then Mozzie Smith was terrible last year.
yeah.
But um I
That's it, I
think
think.
that's it. I'm gonna come out with my own episode. It'll be my own short thing talking about the Cowboys. I'll talk about all the coaching hires that happened once they all come out for the Cowboys. I'll talk about them in depth and what I think about them. But yeah, anything else to add, Amir?
Not really. I just can't wait until Sunday.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you later.
See
Peace
y'all
out.
later.